What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever. Period. I'm your host, Dad Pharaoh.
Dead Pharaoh.
We're joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. Lee, how is you doing?
I just want everyone to know this is why we're late today. Because Pharaoh Pool was out saving the world.
Pharaoh Pool. So today I went to Fan Expo, y'all. It's basically a sub.
Girl?
I had fun. It's a subversion of Comic Con. If you're into all that comic shit, honestly, even if you're not, I would suggest to go. It's a bunch of just merchandise, random posters and shit you can buy. You can meet famous people and shit. The whole cast of Avatar: The Last Airbender gonna be here tomorrow. It's not Halloween, Oscar. This is called. Some of y'all are uneducated. This is something called cosplay, ho. Cosplay. Now, real ass niggas, gangsters, can still do cosplay, and that's your motherfucking problem. Megan Thee Stallion ain't teaching y'all enough.
Is the real ass gangster in the room with us?
Megan Thee Stallion is the real ass gangster.
Is the real ass gangster in the room with us today? The movement with the Can you take the mask? Right, take the mask off at least.
Because I couldn't even.
Were you hot? Did you have the mask on the whole time?
Huh?
Did you have the mask on the whole time?
I did, and it was not bad. I got so many different pictures. People were coming up to me. Oh, can I get a picture, Deadpool? And I was like,
oh my god!
Like, I'm famous. Like, what? Nigga, like,
And so what's gonna be tomorrow? You said
tomorrow I'm gonna go as Satoru Geto. Now, if you watch, I'm gonna tell you, Satoru Geto from Jujutsu Kaisen, more popular anime recently, really good. Satoru is currently the villain, but I'm gonna go as the hero version of him because I'm never the bad guy. Okay.
Here you go.
Oh, motherfucker. Thank you. Anyways, we're here to talk about the GOAT and Miss Mother Queen Devon. So let's definitely get into that motherfucking jizz. First of all, shout out to this episode because a weirdo went home, and that's just and that's just the motherfucking tea. And I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but I mean, hey,
I'm just living for Devon outlasting all of her ops. Her biggest ops, actually. Wendell played in her first face early on. Reza and Alyssa Edwards thought they could talk shit and couldn't get hit. Bitch, you got motherfucking hit and got about the motherfucking game. And now she's in the end game with majority of her allies. Boom. And so, honestly, let's just really unpack that now since we're talking about it. Because Wendell Chow...
Hold on. No, keep going.
Wendell says in his exit press that... I still have respect for Devon. It's not going to affect that. He says, despite her voting me out, I still have love for her. I just think that her saying certain things about me in these confessionals, I don't think that's cause for. I wish she would have just kept it funky with me face to face in the game. When people are in your face and demand a certain level of respect, they won't say these things, but then they'll go on confessionals and say them. I get that you're mobilizing your Twitter stands, whatever, but like, yo, you know me in real life, and I never disrespected you in real life ever. I mean, I'm kind of curious as to where is the disrespect that he's referencing. I mean, every single confessional that she's had about Wendell in the game, like, I would love for someone to send me an example truly, because truly I didn't see it. But every single confessional I saw was in game relation to him. She even said multiple times that she respected him as a game player, that he is such a great game player from Survivor. So I really don't know where the disrespect level came in at. And I'm thinking about maybe on Twitter, like you really cannot, like, because he brought up Twitter stands, like you cannot blame her for what Twitter stands are doing. Some Twitter stands are going to do whatever the fuck they want. That's not Devon's fault. And from what I've seen, she hasn't outright said anything fully negative about Wendell, only that it was weird that you targeted her, which it kind of was, considering the fact that all you and your allies went home after.
But I just want to know, because he said he wish she would have just kept it funky with him, like, and been straight up to his face in the game. I'm just wondering, did you keep it funky with your girlfriend when you were cheating on her? Or no? Because were you saying it to her face then? Because I just feel like this is how I feel. This is how I feel. This is how I feel. How you gonna sit up and be cool? You would sit up there. You was cool with everything that was going on. You knew she was getting you out of the game. You gave her credit for taking you out of the game, and all she's talked about in the diary room is the game. So whatever you're talking about right now makes no sense considering what happened back then. You was cool with, because everything she did to your face in the game and took you out of the game is what she said in the diary rooms was about you taking you out of the game. She didn't say nothing about none of else personal, and nothing was personal or different about what she said in the diary room than the way she played the game. Truly, honestly, you've been hanging around Reza ass too much, and that's your motherfucking problem, because we started the episode off with him talking about my best friend Reza went home, and now he's doing podcasts with his best friend Reza.
With Alyssa Edwards went home, and that's the thing, we have to go back to the situation at hand. This all stems from Wendell choosing to protect allies like Reza and Alyssa Edwards over Davon. And I get it. He even references in that article that, well, when you're playing Survivor, you can kind of do your own thing and still choose to work with that person after. And we talked about that a little bit on the podcast. The issue with that is that this isn't Survivor. Davon doesn't come from Survivor. And even if it is, that doesn't always work in Survivor. 9 times out of 10, if you're being blindsided by someone, it's not because they want to work with you long term. So you probably shouldn't work with them moving forward necessarily, unless you absolutely have to. And Wendell and Davon did work with each other out of necessity for these last few weeks, and then it wasn't needed anymore. And I mean, you can argue that at the time for Wendell that was smart because he was keeping his allies. Why would he let Davon have all this power? Okay, great. That was the people were arguing. But then those allies that he was protecting went home, and then he went home. So I mean, cut and dry, he chose to protect Reza and Alyssa, knowing they were against Davon. And it came back to bite him in the ass. If he was actually loyal to Davon from the get-go, this wouldn't be an issue. And especially when we're bringing up like the whole, coming to a compromise. The way I analyzed that conversation, you did not want her to do Alyssa Edwards when Alyssa Edwards was vividly coming from her.
Boom.
There was not going to be a compromise. Like, she wanted to go after someone that was coming for her. And the thing is, he's in the position to where he's like, I want to work with them and Davon. You can't have your cake and eat it too. They're all targeting each other. So by you choosing to protect Alyssa Edwards, you chose Alyssa Edwards and Reza in that alliance. So Davon had to go do what she had to go do, and it ended up getting your ass out.
Boom.
So
and I just feel like you did
it feels like he's more so kind of low-key bitter that he got to play. I don't know, just because like it doesn't make any sense that he would bring this up because she didn't say anything personal from what I'm seeing. Like I said, I would love to see an example. I would love to hear his POV. But so because it doesn't seem like there's any real examples of what he's claiming, I'm just like, girl, are you just bitter that you got outplayed?
And I genuinely don't think he's bitter because he got outplayed, because what we saw, his confessional after he got evicted and his little walking away with the goat, he's damn near praising Davon. So it's like, and it's like, how I don't think it's about the game. I think it's about him hanging around with Reza after the show was over and Reza talking shit about Davon because if Reza's going on, if they're best friends and Reza's going on podcasts years after they filmed, mind you, still pressed about Davon, angry about her, what has he been talking to Wendell about on the phone, keying about? So I think genuinely Wendell was cool with Davon, but he's been influenced by his best friend, Reza, who's been talking shit about her. So now he wants to talk shit and have a problem and feel some type of way. But it's like when you were on the diary room, on the episode you got evicted on, you said Davon is the one to beat, and that's my girl, and period. So what happened?
I guess I don't know. I'm assuming he just felt offended by something that was said that we didn't see as something rude. Like I said, I would love to hear his POV. I guess I got to watch that podcast and see what his opinion on that
Won't
is.
be doing that.
Because I'm just curious as to what he felt was so disrespectful that she said behind his back. Like, I would love to hear that tea.
Like, girl. And then the whole thing about the saving Justin and Reza. If you was going to save Justin and Reza, you should have been saving Justin and Reza, because the reason he done lost the game is because he just let Justin go home. He was like, I just thought everybody was going to vote Joe. Dumbass. The fuck you thought that for? Anyways, we move. So, we get some scenes. From Taj. Taj says, from here on, it's no more teams. It's an individual game. Every man for himself. So the GOAT will win immunity, and they get some new powers that I'm going to tell y'all about later.
Period.
Boom. We get a few diary rooms from a few girls. One thing I learned was that Paula was a wrestler. Whole wrestler?
Period.
Didn't know that.
That's love a woman with multiple businesses.
That's
multiple
my sister.
Different paths in life. She has different things going on. Like, that's my mother.
Now, Lee, speaking of Paula,
and
that's what I was going to say. It's top 6.
It's
when the
happening.
fuck is that gonna happen?
It gotta be coming. Or maybe it's round 2 when Devon win. Because at this point, y'all, Devon finna win the motherfucking game, y'all. Devon is in top 6. This is so refreshing to see. Like, she's in power. She's been running the game. She's on the path to win. Like, I just wish it wasn't on this show, honestly. Because
who gives a fuck? And it's no shade.
I will say, if Devon wins, baby, I need about 5 more seasons.
This is the GOAT. That's what it is, actually.
Period. It's kind of like how Sari kind
set
of
a precedent
in the Traitors. It was like, okay, bitch, this is the show. You gotta get on there and win. I feel like if Devon end up winning this at the end of the day, that's what this has to be. Because honestly, not that I don't want to shade Joe, because I think Joe has kind of worked his butt off a little bit. If he wins, he would deserve it. I don't even matter if Paula or Jill win. But I feel like overall, at this point, if Devon doesn't win, I'm not going to give a damn about the show. I'm not.
Yeah, and that's just the honest truth. I'm not even trying to lie to y'all.
I won't need a season 2.
The show isn't
a reunion. It can go.
And it's weird because I would say this is one of the more good good shows I've seen lately, reality shows, because there was something every episode almost that I could get into. There was someone to root for, specifically Devon, and even her allies, Jill and Paula, are rootable for. And it's interesting, sort of, kind of, to see what Wendell was doing. So I won't say this was a boring season. But the concept of the show and what the core of the show is, I feel like, cannot hold itself up for me to give a fuck. Especially,
and I think that's my issue. I think that's my issue. I came up with a really open mind. I thought I really loved the premiere, but as the season went along, it became very clear that I only like anything centered around Devon. Genuinely, if Devon was not still in this game, I would not still be interested. And I think that's the big issue. Like with the Traitors, I wasn't only interested in Sari. I went in more excited for Sari, but I was excited for so many more other aspects of the game. I'm not in love with the format. I'm not in love with the challenges. Like, genuinely, the best part about the show is Devon and Tosh.0 is the host. That's the only 2 things I'm really, really seated for. So it's just like, I don't know, maybe a revamp, but I don't, like I said, if Devon doesn't win, I don't need to see this again.
And honestly, it's no shade. I genuinely just do agree. I don't know. It doesn't have that it factor. They need a little few more things. But we move forward. It's game show day. So game shows like
maybe a
Wheel
more
of Fortune.
Interesting cast. Because I feel like even though this cast was like interesting in certain ways, I feel like a lot of them were just not involved or involved at all at the same time. Like this end game. Like you texted me this end game are really mainly the people who were playing, minus Jason.
Yep.
Which means and I do really find them the most interesting, but there's a few people who haven't been given anything, like, and they just went home. Or
what
like,
they need,
I don't know.
What they need is, like I said, 3 people from Big Brother, 3 people from Survivor, and honestly, truly, it doesn't seem like they can necessarily get a lot of those people, because a lot of those people are probably going to go to the Traitors or say no if it's like Big Brother names. But honestly, what I think they might need to do is get some small Big Brother names. There's some small Big Brother players who would love to come back, who aren't those head honcho girls, that I feel like they could still call back and be like, okay, do you want to come? Didn't Brett do a season of The Circle? Put Brett on. Put like other people who play strategic games, or just get more Circle players, get more Big Brother players, get more Survivor players in general. Because if you don't, I'm not watching. And that's just the truth. If next season is a bunch of Bravo players and then Caitlin Herman, I'm not gonna be gagged. I promise you. Because I feel like that's the energy it might give, and it's like that's not enough for me, baby. So we gonna see though. We gonna see. So it's game show day. But it never really matters what day it is, because I ain't got shit to do with that.
It's just a theme.
It's a theme for sure. The GOAT challenge is 60 seconds to win it. I actually like this challenge. They should make this a HOH for Big Brother. 100%. Loved it.
Yeah, I like that too.
It's the only thing I didn't like about it is it was eliminator style, but you didn't choose, the winner didn't choose the next 2 to go.
Right.
I feel like the winner should have chosen the next 2 to go for sure. But
it was an uneven number, so it's like Paula didn't even go into the second round, and she went against someone who already went again. I was like, okay.
I was literally confused. I put question mark, Joe's going against Paula. But anyways, so
they don't give a damn. It's a good tale. It's just like it game very much thrown together. They rented out an Airbnb somewhere in the middle of somewhere. Threw these randoms in the house and told them to play.
Somewhere in the middle of somewhere. Period. So Joe has a strategy, and his strategy is the winning strategy. Basically, he's gonna press the button right after the other person. Yeah. It eats. He ate it up. He played 3 rounds and won all 3. So there's that. Very simple. He wins the GOAT. Congratulations. what Taj reveals is the GOAT winner is going to name the first nominee. And then, does he call it nominee? Probably not. And then the second nominee will be determined by the elimination challenge, where if you lose, then you will be put in an elimination. And then if the person that was named by the GOAT, which is Wendell, wins, then he will be safe and he will be able to replace the person on the block who he would have been. So I like the concept.
I think this one would be fun if this was like just the initial concept. Yeah. From the beginning. Maybe no teams at all and just do this.
I agree. I really like this concept. This is really, really cute. Love it, actually.
It's very similar to like a challenge format a little bit. Slightly mixed in with like a big brothery because there's only one person with the power a little bit. Yeah. So I really enjoy that. And you guys like the veto aspect of it all too, because if you win while being nominated, then you're safe and you can name a replacement. So I think that this probably should be just the format. This was their cast.
Yep. It could be golden for sure. I really like it. So, like I said, Joe wins and he says this is his episode. Let me pull him up on the screen. He says this is his episode to take out Wendell because Wendell has written his name down twice. And honestly, Wendell is playing a good game. So he has to motherfucking go.
And this is why Joe needs to motherfucking go, because I think Joe is savvy enough to also be like, my good sis Devon.
I'm going to go.
Because he's here to win. And I think that, Devon is obviously the easy front runner. So I'm just getting scared. I'm getting scared.
Joe and CJ are definitely, in my opinion, Devon's competition. I wonder what CJ gets caught up in next episode, because in the previously, we see, first of all, we'll get there at the end, actually.
She's trying to come from my mother, and she need to keep it cute, CJ.
But it's so, we get there at the end. So they go back to the villa, and Joe and Devon have a quick discussion, and basically they're talking about how Wendell has to go right now. Period. And this is when we see CJ. This is why I think CJ is the next competitor, because CJ has always been playing the game since she flipped, because she goes and she's with the girls and she has an diary room. She's basically like, look, the boys is going home and the girls don't trust me, so I need the girls to feel a little good about me. And I think it's like it might just be a little too late, because Paola has a diary room and she's like, I actually do like CJ a lot personally, but it just, I'm not going to be able to trust her in this game because she played in my face.
And I really enjoy this moment from both CJ and Paola. Like, it's so interesting, like, to see them thinking on this level. Like, they're very much involved in the game and aware of their surroundings, which is so fun. And I am really excited for next episode, because it's giving CJ trying to disrupt some shit, and Paola's not having it. Yeah. Because the preview is literally Paola saying, okay, but my name is in it, though. Like, now you're saying my name. Hold on. So I know Paola's going to get booked. Okay, it's going to be good TV.
I'm very excited, and that's what tells me that Paola's been playing this game this whole time, because so far her name hasn't been brought up, so she's been chilling. But as soon as it does, she's like, hold the fuck on. And I love that Paola's been playing this game. CJ, Jill, Joe, Devon, Wendell, I love them so much. Jason, go the fuck home.
Yeah, honestly,
I hate that Jason
is here. Be an endgame at this point, because it's like, why take out Jason?
And it's like, that is the most annoying thing.
Why is Jason win it all? If Jason win this whole show, girl, cancel.
Please stop.
I hope it's canceled the day he wins. And it's no shade to Jason, lovely man.
Very funny, beautiful gowns, actually.
Just not a competition reality GOAT. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't ever come back on here. You definitely not the GOAT. That's the show he needs to be on. Definitely not the GOAT. That's what it should be called. Because what the fuck? Like, why is he here? And there's no shade. So anyways, they start playing a game, like a let's get to know each other game. I'm bored. But Wendell says they asked, who's the most important person in your life? And Wendell says, well, the most important person in my life must be the girlfriend that I cheat on. And well, hold on. Somebody earlier said, what does his girlfriend look like? Great question, because me and Lee at the beginning, we were like, he probably was fucking on a white woman. And you know. So we went and looked, and he wasn't fucking on a white woman. He was cheating on a black woman. Even worse.
Honestly.
So his girlfriend is black, or at least, black adjacent for sure.
Black adjacent is crazy. But no, honestly, he really keeps setting himself up every single episode. Like, he keeps bringing this girl up. And I hope she's not watching. I hope he's not watching. Oh, he had to watch it back, actually. So he definitely saw himself bring it up every single time. It's just like, knowing what we know now, it's like, damn.
My God.
This show really should have been released when they filmed it, so he didn't look as crazy as he does now.
Because he looks insane. And somebody in the chat earlier, they was like, he's mad at them showing playing his face by his girlfriend every episode, showing them diary rooms. That's what he's really mad at. So he's not mad at Davon. He's mad at the GOAT's law. Truly. Because,
oh my God.
Because he is trying to direct his anger to somebody, and he don't need to be mad at the GOAT, Davon. He needs to be mad at the GOAT's law. Okay? The producers. Because that's who you mad at. They playing in your fucking face. So anyways, he tells them that his girlfriend's in the 3rd trimester. They have a daughter or a child together. And it's like, damn, you did cheat on somebody who you just had a kid with, didn't you? I forgot. But anyways, that's unfortunate. I mean, he did. Like, I thought, a part of me just thought, oh, he just had a girlfriend. He cheated. No, you had a baby with this woman. A baby with a black woman and cheated on her. You were going to hell. Truly, repent and quick. Because what the fuck what are you doing in your life? For real. Hopefully they was broken up and we just don't know the tea. No, they wasn't, because he posted on his Instagram.
Yeah,
he posted on his Instagram story and he said, "Oh, I did do that." And then did we talk about?
He owned up to it. He owned up to it. He said he did it. Everyone knows the tea.
Did we talk about the update with him and D linked up together a few days ago? You saw that video?
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Girl. Anyway, Jill broke her back. Lord. Oh, and that happened at the beginning of the episode too. Jill screams and they're like, what's going on? They all go upstairs. They see that her back was pulled. She says basically, and this is why I'm afraid to get a little older, and it's no shade to her, love her queen, but she said she bent down and her back popped and she couldn't walk. And she said this happened before that she's bent down and her back was
trying to take her out. CJ set her up. I bet CJ did it.
But that is so scary because she said she was out of commission for 2 weeks last time when she pulled her back, and it's like, you can't even bend down? What do you mean? That is scary. So I'm glad she's okay though. So she had to get.
I was scared to give her mom about the competition. Like, no.
Girl. She had to. You know what I just thought of?
What?
Because she had to get Phaedra Parks on the phone. Now you know who could carry the GOAT season 2. Who could carry the GOAT season 2? It's Phaedra Parks, who's already been mentioned on the GOAT season 1. So she called her good friend.
That was so iconic. Oh, who's an Atlanta housewife? Who's it? Phaedra. And she called Phaedra, get a doctor.
Please. And she said, I'll go to them. I'll go right to your house. Stay where you're at. I'm coming. And then she like damn near run the producers. She's like, Joe, give this to the producer. Tell them to give me a car. I'm going to go there. They're going to check me out. I'm going to come back. I'm like, okay, girl, shit. You got this on pack. She had it down. I know that's right, queen. But anyway, they take her to her car. And when she gets in, what I found so funny, she gets in the car, the door closes, and Davon says, and come back. Like, Davon, please, this lady back is broke. Well, not
no, because for real. But Jill said she was coming back no matter what. She would have came back broke back at all.
And Jill was very determined, and I like that as well. Jill wants to be here and wants to play this game, even though she doesn't have to.
Win, Jill needs to win.
I 100% agree. 10, 10, 10s across the board.
They're working hard in this bitch. Okay.
Period. They head to the elimination challenge. The elimination challenge is the wheel of misfortune. You know what I said?
I don't.
Okay. It's the wheel of misfortune. And for the wheel of misfortune, it's this wheel, a bunch of things they have to do, dares, and you have to complete it for you to move on to the next round. And the person who completes the most, of course, wins the elimination challenge. For a reminder, if Wendell wins, he is no longer on the block. If he loses, he stays on the block. So boom, that was kind of the big thing. Davon and them were like, he cannot win this thing. Now, the issue was the person who gets last is automatically nominated. And Jill wasn't here, so they were scared she might get DQ'd, etc., etc., etc. But she was able to come back before the challenge started. But it really didn't matter because she lost first anyways. And she was nominated anyways. Yeah. So she probably should have just stayed.
But mother was safe. It doesn't matter.
True. Spill that tea. So, well, she wouldn't have been, it would have been real nasty if Wendell won the challenge because he probably would have put Paula up. And it's like,
how did Davon?
Maybe Davon. It seemed like Davon was ready to take that shot, and I don't know if he was, because no shade. I thought Wendell was smart. Actually, it is a little shade. I thought Wendell was smarter than what he was. I do not believe he was looking at Davon the way he needed to be. The way she got him out was so easy. First of all, him thinking Joe was just gonna go home just because when Davon was running the fuck out of that boat. Don't know why he thought that. And then this episode, it seemed like he only knew he was a target because Jill told him at the beginning. Jill at the beginning was like, "Oh yeah, it was either you or Reza." He was like, "It was," and it's like, "Why are you confused?" I thought Mr. Survivor winner. Maybe Dominic should have got it.
Oh, I mean, he was close.
And there's no shade because it's like I do not think Wendell was smart enough to put up Davon. No shade. I just don't think he was on that. I think he was gonna lose this game the way he was playing. It was crazy. So I think he would just put up Howler. And I was like, "You dumbass." But hey, we move. And Davon wouldn't went home anyways. That's the game. You ain't gonna get my queen up. Not my mother. But he doesn't win. He gets all the way to the last challenge, and the last challenge is to eat 3 hot dogs. Guarantee you, I could not eat 3 hot dogs in under a minute.
I thought he was gonna be able to do it, but then he started saying, I guess he got queasy because of the pepper that he ate earlier. I don't know. I thought, like, damn, nigga, you trying to say the competition? This should be an easy one.
I've tried. I don't know if I've tried to eat a hot dog quick or not. I don't know. It just feels like something I tried. But I know when I eat hot dogs, all of the bread from the dog, it's just so stuffy. Bread is the hardest thing to eat. And that's what Paola got out on because she had to eat a sandwich. That bread is so difficult.
That's why if you ever watch the competition, they dip it in water, which is so nasty.
Oh, they do. That makes it easier to, like, I guess, get down because bread is just super thick for no reason. But anyways, he doesn't win. And he is still nominated, and Jill is nominated, and those are the final 2 nominees. Jason wins the comp. He wins $5,000 for his charity.
Period, Jason.
This is not Drag Race, but he wins $5,000. So
I thought it was actually for charity. It was for him?
It was just for him. Wendell had got $5,000 earlier, too. Boom. We go back to the villa, and basically Wendell was like, look, I got to do what I got to do. I got a campaign. At first, Jill is like, I should go home, and Paula's like, you're not going anywhere, period. And that's why I'm like, what could happen with Paula and Davon? They have been together the entire game with Jill. It is not any wavering.
Because I fear I have a feeling what it is. And if it is what it is, I'll say it when it happens. But I
have a feeling, well, I have a theory based off of what happened at the end of this episode. So anyways, Wendell goes and campaigns, and he campaigns to Joe, CJ, and Jason. And honestly, all 3 of them maybe should have listened, but I also think 2 of them are smart enough to know what they're doing. So he went to Joe, CJ, and Jason. He basically said, if we don't take the shot at Davon, Paula, and Jill, the 3 of them will just walk to the end. Now, what I find interesting is, of course, Joe agreed. Of course, CJ agreed. So they both, Jason didn't have an opinion because he's not in the game. But Joe and CJ both had diary room saying he's right. And we see at the end of this episode, they don't vote to save him. So I know for a fact, CJ, she's going to try to do something because she thinks she's the next to go. Joe, he's going to try to do something. So it's like, ooh.
Because that's the thing. They don't need his votes to try and still do something. They still have Joe, CJ, and Jason. Yeah. And they can try to flip another one or try to, just cause.
Or they can win HOH.
They could win the safety. And then as long as one of the other girls get it, then, they have all the power that week. So, yeah, definitely Wendell needed to go. But I'm scared that they probably is going to go against my good sister next. Especially because freaking CJ. Oh, I'm just going to yawn if they are sitting at the end. CJ, don't piss me off.
She lucky spell, but not for my mama.
I want to like CJ. I do like CJ, actually. But
I like CJ. She's just going against the queen. Because CJ is someone, like, let's say CJ gets a challenge call. CJ is the girl who you need to work with my faves or you're going to piss me off. If CJ got on the challenge and she worked with Davon and Cam, then I'm chilling. But if she working with Nani and Anissa and Tori, then I'm going to be like, okay, CJ, it's fuck you. But she could be the type of girl where no matter where she work, I got to give her my stand card. Because she be tugging.
I'll give her 6s.
She be tugging for my stand card sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Because sometimes I'm like, and she be like, oh. Because even that diary room, like, low-key, it was funny. I'm sorry. Like, you talking about my girl.
She's an archetype. Because usually, you just assume she's going to be fully out of the game. And she's very much into it. And she was like one of the main people from the beginning all the way into it. So, girl, if she spearhead my sister going home, I can't respect it. I can't. I refuse. I'm not giving 10s. I'm not giving 10s.
I'm gonna be mad. But what I will say is, if you gonna get her out, you better fucking win, ho.
But you know what? She won't. Joe will win.
And so she better not fucking do it. How about that? But the
That
thing
shit
is,
be
I
pissing
think
me off. Y'all be taking out mothers just to lose. That happens all the time.
I don't think CJ gonna take out a mother. I think CJ is gonna take out a mother's number one or number two because okay. So, they agree to that, but we get to the vote and everybody votes out Wendell. Wendell goes home. Boo, 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 boo. And that's when we get back to the villa and CJ basically has a DR and she says, we got to break up those girls no matter what, period. And that's when we see the flash forward to next episode. And it's a scene of CJ and Davon talking, seemingly heavy strategy. Davon looks engaged. CJ looks engaged. And we see Paolo walking up talking about some, why is my name in it though? But why is my name in it? And Paolo's like bucking up to CJ. And what I'm theorizing is CJ, instead of taking out Davon, because she knew she could never do that, is she going to try to get Davon to turn on one of her girls? And I'm afraid that that's a possibility.
I can see it happening because Davon be paranoid as hell, and she just be thinking shit is not true. I remember on live feeds one time also, she's talking about some, hey, they gonna choose Janelle over me? No, Davon.
Davon likes to assess all options, and I think that's a positive and a negative because I do think I think Davon likes to assess all options. So if CJ comes up to her with an option, I do think Davon will consider that option as something that's possible because, and honestly, Paula would be a deserving winner. It wouldn't be like just terrible to take out Paula. Like I feel like if someone were to win, it could be any of these people. Like all of these people are threats in some way, truly. So I feel like a reason can be made to go against anyone at the top six. It's top six. And it's like, of course, we were working together this whole game, but at top six, Paolo, you can go. It's only one of us can win. And I'm afraid that Davon might be just, open-minded and she could agree.
Too damn open-minded.
But if CJ eat her up like that and CJ take her out, it's like, damn, girl, get that win. But hopefully not. Hopefully we're wrong and it's just something totally else. And Davon and Paolo will never argue. And that was just a deleted scene.
Right. Period. Let's pray.
Let's pray. Thank you. But yeah, it was a cute episode overall. I'm excited for the last two episodes. There's 3 more episodes? 8, 9, 10. 3 more episodes, I believe. I think there's 10. It's top 6. I hope so. Shit, it shouldn't be more than that. But definitely get into the rest of those recaps. We're definitely going to be recapping the rest of the season. We're also going to be getting into a few new shows because The Mole is coming out very soon, and we are going to be doing Mole coverage when that drops later this month. And then in July, Claim to Fame is coming out as well. So we're going to be doing that coverage. So definitely just, continue on and get into the rest of our coverages after this. And currently, we are finishing up the challenge. We're covering RuPaul's Drag Race. We're covering Total Drama Island. And we're currently doing our Big Brother Rewind. So if you like Davon and you want to get into Big Brother, get into the BB Rewind because we're going in the past and watching old Big Brother seasons. So you can really get into the jizz with it, with us, of course. And thank you for keeping it real with the Kingdom, girls. We're out.